Welcome. Today's message is called The Great Awakening. I know a lot of you are aware of this already, and some of you have an inkling to what it is, and this is my guidance on what is happening. Some of us have been awaiting these days for a very, very long time. Of course, in reality, it has been for many millennia. We are on the cusp of this great awakening of us human beings as spiritual beings in a 3D body. Of course, we are aware that a lot of spiritual believers think that ascension means they're going to totally float up and leave their physical bodies. Well, that's not going to happen yet, not for a good while. We're still going to stay in our physical bodies, but our consciousness is going to be rising. Rising up to fifth dimension and above. Rising our consciousness is what's happening now. And melding that with our 3D consciousness that keeps us alive and well. That has also been happening this last year or two. So that we can still be alive as humans, human beings, but now human beings being human. So we're going to be living our lives from a very different perspective. We are on our ascension journey, and this being the next step on this journey. We can use the words from the heart as beings who are compassionate and sharing and caring to better and easily describe this. There really is no need for us to have complicated thoughts, complicated ideology, because for me the thought is too heavy, as we say in Tai Chi. Our thoughts are what we use to create our reality from the now moment. Let us remember that simple is best, and always easier for the many to grasp. We can't just think of the ones who are consciously awake now, because a lot of people are waking up now to not knowing what's going on, but they know something's happening. We have to be aware of that. The time of elitism is well and truly over. Elitism, of course, is part of divide and conquer, the same as racism and everything else-ism. It's always been about dividing us. The priesthood. In the early days, there was necessity to some degree, but as things have gone on, the necessity has only been to keep those down and others up. Time is over now. Those that are just waking up are going to need a lot of assistance so that they can get to grips with how their reality is changing. We as way showers and light workers are of course here to assist in this in one way or another. In fact, as well as the healing I transmit, this actually is one of my main goals in this lifetime. Everything that we are seeing in our 3D world right now is going to make the world a new place of being. A place where the old way of a few gaining riches and power from the many is changing to the many becoming spiritually first, material second aware human beings. Or as I like to say, becoming human beings being human, which is what we are now. And as this has come to pass, people then will be acting as heart-based, loving, caring, sharing, accepting people. This is how we've changed now. We care. We want to share. We want to help those less fortunate. This is what has been termed the Aquarian Age, the New Age, and will indeed show itself to be the true Golden Age. Maybe even the Diamond Age. Golden is my preference, where we are able to polish up our consciousnesses to become the radiant beings we have always been meant to become, beings of light and love, just as the ones we refer to as star beings are today. We'll get there eventually, but first we have to make the first step, and for us now this is that first step. Moving the big toe, as I Ching says, which I like to quote. Moving that big toe, making that first step towards being those beings of light and love which we're becoming. I recently received guidance that we are indeed, as our consciousness raises, to be able to stay in fifth dimension. Our physical aspect will also raise above its present 3D levels towards more of an etheric physical blend. Maybe closer actually to fourth dimension. So what exactly is this Great Awakening? It is, I feel, the time when we as humans realise that everything we wish to have and see and be in our world is really up to us to make or manifest. We are, as most will be aware, already there at the door. The key is being put in and even turned slightly, and now the door is becoming ajar. We're on the cusp and have the last bit of steep hill to go over. The old world order will be crumbling before our eyes, and what is being manifest in this new awakening is a return, in a different way, to our Garden of Eden, where everything we need will be manifested for us. This time, though, remember, stay off the apples. Thank you for listening.